Hey there. So I finally started putting together the Gage R&R videos and figured it would be good to quickly cover list comprehensions before doing that. I don't usually get too concerned with style since I'm usually the only one looking at my scripts, but it's good to get in the habit of making things look a bit better because it helps you make changes later on. For Gage R&R, we need to group our measurement data in quite a few different ways, and list comprehensions will allow us to write fewer lines of code and result in a much cleaner script. Plus, it makes you look a lot better when someone does review your code. So let's say we wanted to make a list that contained the numbers 0 through 4. One way we could do that in Python is by making an empty list. And I'm actually going to save this real quick as listcomp.py so I can get my highlighting. There we go. And we could say, something like for I in range 5, we'll do L append I. Like that. And then if we print L, let's run this real quick. There we go. So we have our list right there. But you can see that takes up quite a few lines of code for something that we can actually do in one line of code, where we don't have to create the list and then actually add everything into it. So what we could do instead is say something like L equals, and then we're going to, like we're making the list, but we can just say I for I in range 5. And let's print that out real quick. And you can see we get the exact same thing. And now we just have one line of code here. Now something else that's interesting with this is we can actually run our functions in here just like we were doing it in the normal list. So let's say we wanted to print that. And run that. Now we can see, there we go. We've printed out everything, and then our list is just nones because we didn't actually return anything to the list there. But that's just something you can do as well. So this is a pretty trivial example. So if we wanted to do something that was maybe a little bit more Gage R&R related, let's just say we have our appraisers, and I won't give them names. We'll just say they're 1, 2, and 3. And then we have units, whatever our widget is that we're measuring, and let's just say we have something that's, let's say 100, 101, and 102, like that. So one of the things that we'll have to do when we start grouping our data is, group by each. So, we could do something where we say for A in appraisers, and then for each one of those, we want to do something like for U in units. And then let's just do like print A and U. Let's run that real quick. And now we can see that we've, iterated through each appraiser and each unit there. So this could help us group our data. But we want to use that list comprehension because it looks much better. So instead of doing this, let's just say something like L equals, and this time we won't return the list because normally we'd be putting, well, what we will be doing is putting a function in here. But let's just say we can do print A and U for A in appraisers for U in appraiser, or well, no, I'd actually put units there. And what this will do is kind of recreate those previous lines of code where we still cycle through 111, 100, 101, 102, and then we go like that. So this is equivalent to that previous line of code. And you can see we put all of that into one line. Now if we were to print L off of this, you'll see that we're just going to have nones there for each of it. But, well, let's just say something like def analyze or whatever. And it's going to take an A and a U, and we will print A and U. And then let's return something that's, maybe we can just like format something real quick. String formatting and A, U like that. And let's try running this again. Oh, and yeah, of course, I'm still doing the print here, so let's actually change that to analyze. So our total script, if we look at this, we have our appraisers or units. We're passing those in for each of them, and then we're going to return this little string here. So we should be able to see that. And we still print like that, so we get the same printing that we had before, and now we've returned those groupings into a list here. So this isn't too complicated, but it can be tricky, and I wanted to cover this in a separate video before we jump into this with using like pandas data frames, and we're actually pulling these. It would be like some data frame dot unique, and well, I spelled that wrong, but having a good foundation in this will make the next set of videos much easier to understand. So thanks for watching, and I should have that Gage R&R video up pretty soon.